Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and now in this video we will be understanding what is atomic spectra, and along with that we will also understand what is atomic spectrum for hydrogen gas. So before starting with the actual topics, it is necessary for you all to know certain basics. That is, you must be knowing what is a monochromatic light. A monochromatic light is nothing but a light which consists of waves having same wavelength, which means that suppose I consider a certain light over here. This light has different waves, but it is having the same wavelength. All the waves here are having the same wavelength. So this light is known as a monochromatic light. And the second one is that what is a polychromatic light? A polychromatic light is nothing but a light which has waves of different wavelengths. For example, your white light. As we all know that our white light consists of 7 different colors: pure, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Now, since this light has different colors, the different colors will be having different wavelengths, and as a result, your white lights become the polychromatic light. Now, what we do here is that we take a prism, and as we all know that when we pass light through a transparent medium, the light gets refracted. So this light is going to get refracted. Now, what observation I want you all to make here is that since I have taken red color light, and red color light has the greatest wavelength amongst all these 7 colors, therefore the red color light is going to get refracted less as compared to the violet color light. So when I pass a violet color light, the violet color light is going to get refracted more. So due to the difference in wavelengths, there is a difference in refraction. Now due to this difference in refraction, what happens is that when you pass a white light, these white lights consist of different colors, and as a result these different colors get dispersed on the screen. Can you see over here? Different colors are observed, that is red, your violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, all these colors are observed on the screen. So when you pass a white light through a prism, this white light is going to get refracted, and because of the refraction, there is a difference in refraction, therefore different color light will be observed over here. So I have kept a screen over here, and on that screen this is what I get. This particular thing where there is a gradual change in the color is known as a spectrum, and since here it is a continuous one, it is known as a continuous spectrum. Now I make certain changes over here. What I do is that I keep a hydrogen container which is transparent, a transparent hydrogen container in which there is hydrogen gas. So in between the path of the white light, we have taken now hydrogen gas. So now because of this, what we observed is that instead of steady color change, we get certain black color bands. Now why are we getting these certain black color bands? The certain black color bands are observed because a particular wave of that particular wavelength is missing over here. Now why it is missing? Because this particular wave is being absorbed by the hydrogen gas. Now how does this hydrogen gas absorb the wavelength? See, as we all know that waves consist of photons. Am I right? And these photons are nothing but small energy packets. These photons are absorbed by electrons of hydrogen atom, and they get excited. Now what I mean to say is that as we all know that there is electron in the outermost shell. Okay. Therefore this electron will accept that photon and it will gain energy. Now since it has gained energy, it will go into the outermost orbits. Now in which orbit it is going to go, whether it will go into second orbit, third orbit, fourth orbit, fifth orbit, it depends completely on which wavelength light it is absorbing. Whether it is absorbing this wavelength light, this wavelength light, this wavelength light, it completely depends on which wavelength light it is absorbing. Okay. So now whichever wavelength light is going to absorb, it will make a transition from lower orbit to a higher orbit. Okay. Now what is the relation between the number of orbit and wavelength? You will understand it ahead. Now we make again certain changes. Before that, since this spectrum is gained because of the absorption of energy, therefore it is known as hydrogen absorption spectrum. Am I clear to you all? This spectrum is gained because of gain of energy by hydrogen, therefore it is known as hydrogen absorption spectrum. Now moving ahead, what we do is that now we don't take white light, we take only hydrogen gas in a container and we heat it. Now since we have heated, therefore the hydrogen gas molecules will become hot, and when they become hot they will emit certain waves, and it was observed that these waves were observed on the screen. One was the red color one was the cyan color one, the blue color one, indigo color one, and the violet color one. Now why is the hydrogen gas actually emitting waves? See, what we have seen is that this electron in the hydrogen atom is being excited by a photon. Now when this excited electron makes a downward transition to its original place, it will again return that photon, and that photon will be returned in the form of a wave, and as a result you are getting a light over here. Now which color light you will get? It completely depends on which transition the electron is making, whether it is making transition from third orbit to first orbit, second orbit to first orbit, or fourth orbit to first orbit. It completely depends on that. Okay, so when the excited electron de-excite, that is, it returns to its original place, it releases the photon in the form of wave. Okay, now what is the relation between the lambda and n? It is nothing but 1 upon lambda is equals to r into 1 upon n1 square minus 1 upon n2 square, where the value of this r is nothing but 1.097 into 10 raised to 7 meter inverse. Now this r is known as the Rydberg's constant. This formula was given to us by Rydberg. Therefore it is known as the Rydberg's constant. And this n1, what is this n1? This n1 is the number of that particular orbit to which the electron is falling. Suppose the electron is moving and transition from the fourth orbit to a first orbit. Therefore 1 will be our n1. Now moving ahead, this n2 is nothing but the number of orbit from which the electron is making transition. Suppose the electron is falling from fourth orbit to the first orbit. So the n2 will become 4 and n1 will be your 1. Okay, so I hope this particular part is clear for you all. Okay, now moving ahead, you have learned what is hydrogen absorption spectrum and what is hydrogen emission spectrum. Now what is the thing which we should observe over here is that the particular wavelengths which are missing in the hydrogen absorption spectrum are present in the hydrogen emission spectrum. Can you see over here? So according to these observations, a hydrogen spectrum was made. Now what is this hydrogen spectrum? Suppose an electron is making a transition from second orbit to first orbit, or from third orbit, fourth orbit, fifth orbit, so on to the first orbit. So if an electron is falling from any other orbit to the first orbit, it is known as the Lyman series. And suppose it is falling from 7th orbit to second orbit, or 6th orbit to second orbit. So from whichever transition to the second orbit is made, it is known as a Balmer series. And from whichever orbit it is falling to the third orbit, it is known as a Paschen series. And from whichever orbit it is falling to the fourth orbit, it is known as a Brackett series. And from whichever orbit it is falling to the fifth orbit, it is known as the Pfund series. This is not restricted to 7 only. It can go up to infinity. Okay. So here they have written long wavelength, and here they have written short wavelength. Now why they have written short wavelength? Because when it is making a greater transition, at that time it is giving away more energy. Since it is giving away more energy, and energy is directly proportional to frequency, therefore greater frequency wavelength will be released. And as a result, greater frequency wavelength is released, therefore less wavelength will be observed. Why? Because frequency is inversely proportional to wavelength. So if you are having greater wavelength, therefore you will be having less frequency, and if you are having greater frequency, therefore less wavelength will be observed. So guys, this was all about your hydrogen spectrum and the atomic spectrum. If you have liked this video, then please do not forget to subscribe to the channel and go check out my channel where I uploaded 11th and 12th physics and chemistry videos. Guys, thanks for watching this video. Do share it with your friends as well.